This is going to be a space where good vibes aren't optional, they're essential. Today, we're diving into the mindset fuel you didn't even know you needed. And if your motivation tank is running low, buckle up because we're about to top it off with positivity, purpose, and a few powerful mindset shifts. Let's change your inner battery and light up your day from the inside out. Join us as we begin this episode. Welcome back to Hope Regained. I'm your host, Christiane Boudreau, and I'm so happy to have you here with us again this week. Wanted to bring up the topic of positivity and your environment. Let's face it, a lot of us are faced with a lot of negativity around in the world today, and that can really bring you down. And when it brings you down, it closes doors. You don't realize it, just how much it closes those doors to you for anything good, an outcome, the mood of your day. It sets the tone and how you see or enjoy life in that moment. We've gone through many different topics already where we try to change our mindset more on a long-term base. But in a daily front, we talked about mindfulness. So now, as part of that mindfulness to get through each day, let's look about how we're going to refuel that positivity for our life every day. And I guess that leads me to question, have you ever noticed how you feel about being around someone who is positive, or how it makes you feel when you're around someone who is negative? This is something that we really need to do a check, that self-awareness that we've talked about before, noticing what our emotions are and how we feel based on what's going on around us. Energy is felt more than we actually realize. It's coming from a subconscious, not just on a conscious level. Sometimes we don't even recognize that in the morning, for example, if you're watching the morning news, a lot of us do it. It's automatic to start our day off before going to work or getting down to whatever chores you have for the day, errands, before you leave the house. And sometimes by spending that time first thing in the morning, starting it off with morning news, there's a negative context. Let's face it, negativity sells. And that tends to be where they get their ratings from, or they say knowledge for the days is something that we need. Yeah, sometimes it's good to know your traffic and to know which path you're going to take to get to work or wherever you're going, or even the weather so you know how to dress before you step outside the house that day. That's all important. And you can look up those things specifically. But I'm saying instead of starting with your morning news, why not start your day off with a positivity meditation just to lift your spirits, or 10 minutes of positive affirmations? You could start off that way instead and see how it impacts you for the day. Rather get sucked down into that negativity of the news or starting your day scrolling on your phone, which a lot of us do, looking at different things going on we happen to see that can be negative and resonate with us for the day. Turn it around and get sucked up into positivity. The other thing that is really, really important is surrounding yourself with positive people. I know we don't even notice. We get into habits of who we spend our day with. Sometimes we don't get much of a choice with regards to who our coworkers are. But we could try to focus, and after we've evaluated, taken that time for a step back, focus on who to focus your attention on in your coworkers or within your friendship groups. Surround yourself with those positive people. It rubs off. So another thing you can do is pay attention to what you're listening to. If you're listening to music or listening to a podcast or listening to anything on your ride to work, or if you're going for a walk, Try to see if you can switch it up to something a little bit more positive. That will help lift your spirits. And really take control of what you're going to absorb in the day. You can write it down, take a journal, focus, and see in a list of what lifts your spirits and pay attention to what pulls them down. When you really take in that self-awareness and to what triggers various emotions within you, it will really make a difference. So then you can start to focus in on what makes you feel good. Not everything is about what you see. Sometimes it's about what you hear or, again, what you feel around you. You can really feel it. I know that taking public transit was a big thing for me, and I had to really focus before leaving the house about putting some sort of protective cloak around me. You could feel the mood, the heavy weight, especially on Monday mornings, a lot different than Friday afternoons before the weekend. But if you notice if that impacts you and you pay attention around how that is, find a way that's going to work for you to help block that. There's some things that you can avoid. A lot of times those moods we take on as a personal attack, and it's not necessarily. It's something happening in their own life. So we can deflect that negative by saying, it's not ours to carry. And if you watch and you smile as you're going by people, even if they carry a frown, sometimes when they see you, that energy you're radiating, you'll notice a quick shift in their own mood. Pay attention to which subjects lift you up. What might lift me up could be something very different for you. But again, it's about listening, journaling, paying attention to what that is. Emotional awareness, self-awareness. Pay attention to who helps lift you up. Sometimes it's just a matter of being in their space. Finding those people that you enjoy being in their space because what they say or how they bring that energy around, those are the ones you're going to want to spend more time with. Garbage in is garbage out, and you are your own keeper. Remember that. So it's up to you to start putting on that filter. Now, we talked also about positive self-talk. So hold that. It can be a piece for you to use in a day when you're surrounded by negativity. Again, we can't always control others and what's happening around us. We can only control us. But if you're feeling exceptionally drained, sometimes it's about finding a quiet space for even 5 minutes to do a positive self-talk or affirmations. Those positive affirmations can help shift that mindset to go back into the big bad world again. Even sometimes it's just a matter of keeping a little notebook with you, and you can keep positive sticky notes inside that workbook, that journal. Write down a few happy thoughts, things that you are grateful about for the day, or happy things that did happen. Pay attention, focus in on those. It will help. It will help you block some of the negativity that's going on around you. And it can also help in blocking some of the racing thoughts that you get. Self-awareness, mindfulness, meditation. 5-10 minutes when you need it at a lunch break or coffee break can all help. Another thing, watch how you say things out loud. It's one thing to think them in our head, but when you say them out loud, your ears hear them too, and they go back into the subconscious mind. So it's really important that we project our thoughts in a positive way out loud, because when we hear them, they impact us as well as those around us. And this is another example about healthy boundaries. Yep, we talked about that too. Healthy boundaries are so important. And this will help block some of the toxicity around you. They're very, very important. We want to keep those toxic situations to a minimum. That will help us keep the positive environment to a maximum. Be a positive person outwardly. This again is about the self-awareness and the focus, journaling that we mentioned, and getting to know ourselves, catching ourselves. Sometimes it's become the way we project ourselves has become a habit, I guess. And it's about making an effort to change that habit for ourselves. So if we're positive outward in our own life, you'll attract more positive people and events to you. It includes smiling. Forcing yourself to smile physically can trick your brain. You'll attract more laughter. You will attract more kindness by smiling. Even if it's forced, they've proven scientifically that if you physically force that smile, those muscles send messages to the brain. It makes a big difference. And if you have to, turn on a comedy or a stand-up comedy for 5 minutes. A little giggle can trigger that smile that you need to release all the chemicals in the brain to think, I'm happy. You can also go for a brisk walk in the fresh air. That will energize you and will release endorphins. Again, all it takes is 5 or 10 minutes of your time to help bring that positive thought back into the mind or positive feeling in effect. It doesn't take a lot. I know 5 minutes sometimes sounds like a lot if you're in the middle of something really big. But stepping away for those 5 minutes can actually bring you more productivity. That positivity can propel you forward more than sitting and spinning in whatever it is that you're doing. The positivity and you fueling that every day, making that conscious effort for yourself, is so many benefits. What do you gain from staying positive? I know we talked about fake it till you make it and positive self-talk. That's what we have to gain, the same benefits again. Staying in that positive mindset automatically tricks the brain. It releases different chemicals and it gives us better mental health. It also affects us physically in reducing stress, helps with blood pressure, all those other physical ailments that we can start to have just by hanging on to negativity. You'd be surprised, and it's been proven as well, at how much stress can impact the body negatively. You start to enjoy things in life much more. And by doing that, you don't shut down and miss all the good things. You have to grab onto them when you can find them. You also start to attract better relationships in life. We always want healthy relationships. We may not outwardly project it or think it right away, but if you sit down and evaluate the people in your life and the benefits of having those strong relationships, you quickly notice that it lifts us up. So to attract the good people in your life, it means you need to project that goodness yourself. It goes both ways. Being positive also opens doors to opportunities, more invitations. Like I said earlier about how projecting that positivity on people, it rubs off. And by hanging out with positive people yourself, their attitude, their mindset rubs off on you. Well, if that's the case, then people are going to want to be around you if you're a more positive person. You get more invitations. Sometimes it even helps in job opportunities if that's something you're looking to do, change jobs, a career, anything. It's also good for sleeping. Believe it or not, if we work hard and diligently at projecting something positive for the day, and that resonates with us when we go to sleep, it almost quiets the mind so that you can get a restful sleep. And we all know how important that is every day. It's almost like a vicious circle. If you've had a negative day and you get a negative sleep, you can wake up in the morning with that negative mindset automatically. You haven't had enough rest. So it's very important to start each morning with that proper pick me up. It's negative producing more negative, or positive producing more positive. You will feel more fulfilled and satisfied by really focusing in and pushing on that positivity. It will get you excited for each and every day. I know it sounds strange, but luck has a way of following positive. If you get in that negative mindset, it's very important to break it. We've looked at journaling and getting to know yourself and what it means for you, the happiness, what things spark that excitement, and really making that self-commitment. Well, this is how we use all that we've discussed to building each day as a positive way. We've talked about the mindfulness. That's a way to shut down, breathe. We've talked about meditation and it training the brain to be able to live in that mindful right here, right now. We've talked about the journaling and the self-awareness and the emotional resilience and intelligence. All these points are something that can work with you and help you get to that positive mindset for the day. Try it. I challenge you to set out for the day with in the morning, a positive mindset kick in, whether that be the positive affirmations or whether that be a quick meditation for 5-10 minutes for positive energy. And as you go through the day, to avoid as much as possible anything that's negative, and to really focus on when your feelings say, I need a quick break, I'm going to protect myself from this, step back for 5 minutes and do a refresh of that positive self-talk, affirmations, just thought process to cleanse and to reset your mind and force that smile and go back again and continue the day. And at the end of the day, at making the effort, a conscious effort all day long, sit down and journal the good things that happened in the day. Find all the positive in the day and reflect on maybe how that was a bit different than other days prior. It's a choice. It's an effort. But when you start to do it every day, it becomes a habit. It becomes you. So I challenge you right now to give it a shot. Try it out. And if you can, continue it on for a full week and really take the time in the evening to reflect and journal at how that positivity has refueled your life and how it's changed maybe your perspective as well as the attitude of those around you, the people that you deal with every day. Has it changed the way that they approach you? Has it changed the way that you maybe feel about certain things? And I'd love to hear from you about how that's made a difference. At the end of the day, and at the end of this episode, I'm asking, let's be intentional. Let's all focus on staying positive. This is your life and mine. Make the best of it. You're worth it. And if you really want to find any of our resources and our other past episodes, you can go to our website, www hoperegained.com. There you can contact us. We'd love to hear from you. And anytime you have any questions or anything else that maybe you want some more insight, let us know. And we'll be glad to hear from you and do what we can to connect. Reach out anytime. I'm here to support you on your journey. This is also my journey, and I really love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe or follow us on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss a thing. And if you think this could help somebody that you know, please share. We really want to start changing this world one person at a time, starting from our own backyard. We'll see you next week. Thanks for spending your time with us.